They call gold and silver God's money. So if you're thinking of buying precious metals or switching your 401k to gold without a penalty, head on over to thegoldshow.com now. The link is in the description below.
Hello and welcome. Today we've got Adeline Galligan and we are going to be discussing the Kangen water and why it's good for you. And we need to be waking up to how corrupt water from the tap is. Now, just before we begin, you can subscribe to our Telegram channels and to nicholasveniamin.com for my free email updates. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, I will leave the link below in the description for the full interview, unless, of course, myself and Adeline can choose our words wisely due to the insane censorship that's going on right now. Adeline, thank you for joining me. How are you and what have you been up to?
Oh, Nicholas, I am fantastic. And I have been super busy, I suppose, sharing and the knowledge and the information about this water globally. And it's great to be back on here with you. And your background looks fantastic. We haven't been together in a couple of months. So it's this looks wonderful.
Absolutely. We just done a few on the brick wall. So this is all new. So, we're all used to drinking fluoride tap water, especially when we're really thirsty. We don't always have access to bottled water. And now I've come to realize from doing my own research that even bottled water is not good for us because of the plastic that they use. So it's like they're fooling us left, right, and center. Would you just want to do a small presentation of why Kangen water machines are fantastic, how it affects our body, why it's good, who should be drinking it, and then we can go ahead with some questions and answers.
Brilliant. Look, I'm going to keep this really simple. I've been working with this product for nearly 7 years now. And in the early days, I actually did just kill people with way too much information, way too much of the science, way too much of the technology. And of course, that's super important to know, but it's actually not everybody needs to know all of that. So this is for the purpose of, not overkilling it. We're going to keep it really simple and just explain how it works and why it's beneficial for you. And as I always say, this is not the be all and end all. It's one tool in your toolbox for your health and well-being right now. And we're all doing everything we can to optimize our health and do the best we can to strengthen our immune system and to keep ourselves nice and clear and, being able to listen to our inner guidance and keep our frequency raised. That's the most important thing. So I'm really going to speak to that element and of why Kangen or the Enagic machines in particular are so good for our health and well-being, because we are ultimately water. We are literally made up of 70 to 80% water. It's the foundation of who and what we are. And all our major organs, our components, our blood, our skin, our brain, our muscles, all made up of anywhere between 70 to 90% water. And because of that, like you say, two things are really important. One, that you drink enough water, but two, and more importantly, is that you drink the right type of water to support the environment and, in your body and to support your health and well-being. The Enagic Kangen water ionizers are the only ones on the market manufactured under medical equipment license in Osaka in Japan and approved by the Japanese Ministry of Health. This is really important information. Okay, so we pre-filter the water and then it goes through a process called ionization where the water is split, and the water is split into its acid and alkaline components, or its negative and its positive. So what you end up getting is a water that's negatively charged, which is alive. So it's been clean filtered, then it's negatively charged. And when you flood your body every single day with a water that's negatively charged and alive and rich in hydrogen, molecular hydrogen, you are detoxing and cleansing your body of all of this crap that we're exposed to in the water, in the food, in the air, in chemical cleaners. It's coming at us from all angles. And I suppose the one thing I come across the most people saying to me is like, people are freaked out. What do I do about this? What do I do about that? I'm here. Bring it back to basics. Find something that works to get waste out of your body every day. This waste that we're accumulating from all this crap that's been thrown at us is deteriorating our cells. It's like if you had a house and you only took out a small percentage of the garbage every day. And then you go back in 6 months, that house is going to be stinking.
Mhm.
Your house is going to be stinking if you don't get rid of the garbage. And that's what we need to do. We need to find something that's really simple that we can do every single day that's going to keep that moving, keep that waste out. And if you can keep that waste out, you are going to keep your cells healthy, and good cell health is good health. And it also keeps your vibration and frequency raised by raising your cell voltage as well, which has to be negatively charged. Well, in a good healthy cell. So that's it really in a summary. And it's really important that it contains these natural minerals, even the city waters. Like that's why people say, oh, but I've got terrible city water. How's this machine going to work? The city water still does contain natural minerals. It's just poisoned with the rest of the stuff as well. So you take out the nasties and then you're going to enhance and energize those healthy natural minerals. And that really supports the body. So that's enough of a blah of an intro.
Right. Well, I've got a few questions, but before we ask those questions, can you show us the machines, what they look like?
Oh, I can.
And also show us, I know there's a tap and then you've got another pipe that takes that all the water, dirty water comes out and goes straight down the sink. But I want, if you could show us that.
I just need to clean my sink area first. So we're here in our gorgeous store. We're located in the heart of Ireland. We've got this beautiful alkaline water and wellness store, and we're about all things well-being, but our main focus is the water. So this is the K8 model, and you will see if you come closer there that it has all these different water settings. So this is the one you have, Nick, and this is the one that you're enjoying.
I did. I bought one. I had to because I've been drinking tap water. Actually, that's one of the bad things that I've been doing, and now I'm slowly coming to take more care of my body.
And that's great. And you look great. So you look like you take great care. But I mean, we can all do a little bit better every day. I just say that. But this is all the different pH levels. So you've got your clean water. You have 3 different levels of pH that you drink from 8.5 up to 9.5. You've got a beauty water, amazing for your skin and your hair, and it's for cleaning. And you've got a strong acidic water, which actually produces a natural hypochlorous acid, which is for disinfecting. But just going back to the drinking water, this is really simply how they work. They connect onto your tap, or you can have a separate installation. It just depends, but 90% of our customers just connect them onto their tap. The water is pre-filtered through a pre-filter that you can easily change yourself. And then it goes into a chamber. So the electrolysis chambers in this part of the machine. And in this particular model, this is the K8, it's the 8-plate model. So there's 8 platinum dipped titanium plates in here, and they're medically graded. This is so important for the quality because you're putting electricity on water. You're restructuring the water. So what happens is the water is then split into its negative, comes out this hose, and the positive comes out you can put it down here. Yeah, goes out the lower hose.
Right.
So this is your negative OH. This is your positive H. This water is alive. It's rich in molecular hydrogen, and it's a 9.5 pH, which just flushes through the toxins in the body and balances out the over-acidity.
Excellent. Now, I want to talk about that touch screen that you've got there, because you've got different types of boxes. Now, if you could just point your finger at the most purest, cleanest water, is that the 9.5, the purple one on the top right-hand side?
Yeah, the 9.5 is ultimately where you get it. When you get this machine first, most people need to start at 8.5, because if you've been drinking tap water, bottled water, or filtered water, the water you've been drinking has been dead or positive and neutral. If you've been drinking distilled water or reverse osmosis water, it's dead or positive and acidic. So when you start drinking something that's alive with a negative charge and a higher pH, you're going to get a super quick detox. So you start on 8.5, but over the coming days or weeks and months for some people, you get up to 9.5. That's where you want to stay all the time.
So what happens if I just go straight to 9.5 and use that for my hair, for my face, for my dishes, for my drinking water? What would happen?
No, nothing's going to happen bad. But if you go to 9.5 and you're maybe need to detox a little bit more than the next person, you might just get a bit of a headache. You could get a bit like those classic detox symptoms. You know, if you detox too quickly, you can feel lightheaded and and maybe your skin might break out in a bit of a few spots or something like that. But if your body's detoxing too fast. So I always just encourage everybody just to work your way up. And then you use this water for making all your teas, your coffees, your soups, your stews, cleaning your fruit and veg. Like you literally only go to your tap to rinse a cup. That's literally it. You use this for everything.
Right. Now, if I asked you what's the difference between this and tap water, I mean, that would be very obvious, but I want to make it a little bit more difficult for you, okay? For the viewers, how would you compare this to bottled water?
Look, it's day and night. The easiest way to compare it is to speak about I think the next time we talk, actually, I'm going to arrange that I've got a screen share to really speak to the acid alkaline components and the negative and the positive. I think that would be a really good visual for your viewers. The biggest difference is your bottled water, well, one, it's contained in plastic. Okay, so the environmental impact, I think we're all aware, is just horrendous. But the biggest problem with the plastic is it contains BPA, bisphenol A, which is a known carcinogen and a known hormone disruptor. So when you've got water that's been sitting in a plastic bottle for a length of time, that BPA seeping into the water. There's also preservatives in there. So the water, it doesn't matter how good the source. So, I mean, I love Evian water, tastes great. I like the taste of it. And if I could drink it from the source, wonderful. But we don't get to drink it from source. We get to drink it in a bottle with a 2 to 3 year sell-by date. So you're not getting that same water that's at source. But the big difference here is the water has got a positive charge. When I say positive, people think, oh, the positive sounds good. It means it's oxidizing on your body. It's actually adding to the oxidative stress damage. It's adding to that toxic load that we spoke about. It's adding to the toxic waste that we actually need to get rid of because it's oxidizing. When you drink this water, it's got a negative charge, which means it's alive. And then those negative ions neutralize the positive toxic ions in our body. And now the body can eliminate the waste. So it's all going back down to the ability of the water to eliminate waste. And that's what we need to do for our health, is we have to figure out that way to get the waste out and balance that over acidity. We're like all chronic disease, bar it's caused by, a virus or bacteria, is down to over acidity in the body.
So what tests have you done to see how pure and great this water is?
You can do a very simple pH test. You can actually see that. We'll say if you take a bottle of, and we'll set this up actually for the next time that we speak, Nick. We'll actually do some visual tests where you can see the difference in the pH. And a very powerful test is where you can see the difference in the oxidation reduction potential of the water. So we'll say if you test, it's called an ORP meter, and it measures in millivolts the oxidation reduction potential of any liquid. Water, or your tap water, your filtered water, you will see is all oxidizing. And this, you will see it flips over, and it's a very powerful antioxidant, or it acts as an antioxidant in our body, which really is very powerful at reducing inflammation as well. So those tests are actually good visual tests. So I think we should do those live the next time.
Absolutely. Now, when I got my water, I knew that I did not want to store it in a bottled plastic water, and I needed some materials, and you're drinking from it now, and I'm just going to show mine as well. Yeah, this is what you sent to me. So I'd like to thank you very much, because, it's something good where you can store your water. Can you explain what material this is, why it's good? And I've noticed that when I keep my water in there, now that it's winter, and I keep that bottle in my bedroom and it's warm and cozy, and then after an hour, I get thirsty. So I want to open that lid and just start drinking. I find that it keeps it really cold, and it doesn't interfere with the outside temperature from this bottle. So do you want to explain the bottle as well, and why it's important to drink it from there as well?
Yeah, no, look, I mean, a good quality stainless steel bottle like this just keeps the water nice and cold. And as you say, it doesn't allow the outside temperature to affect it, but it also retains, it's the best material to retain the properties of the water, to retain the negative charge, and to retain the pH of the water. It is the best. And glass then after that. So your stainless steel and your glass are definitely your two best bottles to drink out of. After that, a good quality BPA free, that was really hard plastic, but they're BPA free is good. But really just avoid the plastic at all costs. But this is definitely the best type of bottle to drink the water from, to retain the properties of the water. And what I'd say, Nicholas, is, I mean, there's an awful lot to explain about this water. Some people get it in a jiffy and it just makes perfect sense, the whole acid alkaline and the antioxidants. And for others, it's kind of like, what is she talking about? She's a crackpot. Water is just water. I drink water. It doesn't matter about the quality. Look, that's where I see, it really is worthwhile dropping.
They might start calling you a conspiracy theorist.
They just might. They just might say that this is a crazy one. This is a crazy one, thinking that the water can make a difference. The water makes such a difference, Nicholas. I mean, when you get the foundation right, everything else works better. We're all doing our best every single day, as I said earlier. But when the foundation is right and the foundation is solid and you've got that detox and that removal of waste going, it's phenomenal how much better your supplements work, how much better you absorb the nutrients from your food, and you actually get rid of the waste exactly from your food as well. So look, I really encourage anybody just to reach out, drop me an email, book a call. We can answer your questions individually, and that's really the best thing anybody can do if they want to learn more about this water. And you are not going to get a pushy sales call. We can promise you that. It's the one thing people say to us all the time. You didn't try and sell me anything. I said, no, it's an education process. If you want it, I'll help you get it. If you don't, that's okay too. So it really is a very relaxed process. Well,
I think you're massively contributing into the free world where we're moving into, because we know we've been victims by, the bad guys, especially when it comes to fluoride, which we know that closes the pineal gland. So this is a very valuable education that I think it's very essential for everyone. And I'd like to thank you for presenting that. And also I'll be happily to leave the link below for if anyone wants to ask further questions and academic questions about how clean this water is, which is vital information. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish, Adeline?
No, I just want to say to everybody right now, just stay strong on faith. It feels quite tough out there right now. The energies are quite heavy. And I just think we all need to stick together, keep our vibrations high, do what we can to support and uplift each other. And I look forward to connecting with your viewers that want to learn more about a really simple way to keep that body detoxed and keep it clean and keep the pineal gland clean and keep your vibration high. That's it.
Absolutely. Adeline, thank you so much. And we'll speak again very soon. God bless you.
Thank you, Nicholas. God bless.